Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Got another banger for you today. Happy to add this one to the collection. We've had some pretty epic pieces to start off the channel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up this pace, but we'll keep it going for as long as possible. As mentioned in the last video, we have the Tomica or Tomica Limited Vintage Neo Nismo 400R. Let's get that glare off of there. Really excited to add this piece to the collection. Super anxious to get this out of the box, open it up, take a look at it. As you might have seen in the background, we do have some other 400R variations back here, two Inno64s and a Kyosho. So we will be comparing those, taking a look, see which one looks better, what the differences are, etc. But this one, super nice. On the front here, you have Mr. Sugio Matsuda. He is a Japanese professional race car driver for Nissan and for Nismo. He raced in the Super GT series, which is like the GT500, GT300 cars. He is the all-time career wins leader in the Super GT series, and he's also a two-time GT500 champion. I believe he went back to back. I want to say in the 2014, 2015 maybe. But yeah, very successful race car driver in Japan. So they have him pictured here with the Nismo 400R. Super cool. Take a look at the packaging in the box here. There you see Sugio pictured again. Everything on the box is going to be in Japanese, and I will be 100% honest with you. I don't read Japanese, but pretty cool to look at. You do have your Nissan officially licensed product here, so no issues there. This is a cool packaging too with the box, and then this guy flips up to show you your car inside. Let's get that glare off of there. So yeah, we'll take a look, but let's not waste any more time with it in the package. Let's go ahead and get this out and see what we're working with. I did pick this up from Model Cars Houston. Like I told you guys before, I do pick up quite a bit of my stuff from Model Cars Houston. He's just a great seller. He's got great pricing. Always super fair. Check out his Facebook group. He will drop last one lefts and new inventory, or if he has overstock of something that he got as a pre-order, he will post that up on there for everybody to see so that everyone has a fair shot. But I did pick this up off of his website. Unfortunately, unlike the hauler that we posted in the last video, this guy is sold out, unfortunately. So obtaining one of these, you will have to either find another retailer that still has them in stock, or you're going to have to go the eBay route, which nobody really wants to nowadays. I understand it. But if you're looking to add this piece to the collection, that's about the only way you're going to get it. So let's take a look at our silver Nissan 400R. This is an incredible car. Not just the model itself, but the car in real life. There were only 44 examples of Nissan 400Rs made by Nismo. They came in, there's about 7 or 8 different color variations. You have your silver, and I believe there's 2 different versions of silver. You have your midnight purple, you have yellow, there is a white, there's 2 different versions of blue, and a red. And that's all we've got. So based upon that, I have 3 different color variations here. I do have a 4th on order that will be here probably in a few months. But like I said, we'll take a look when that one comes in, and we'll compare it to the rest of these guys as well. Right off the bat, The weight of this one is super nice. The detail is crazy on this one. I have a feeling this is going to be the nicest of the 3 different companies that I have. So let's take a closer look here. Grab our pointer. So you've got your Nissan 400R badging with your stripe down the side. The over fenders on all Nissan 400Rs do cover that stripe, so that is accurate. You've got your amber side marker there. These wheels are probably the best example of wheels that I have on any of the 400Rs. So your Nismo LMGTs, you do have a polished lip on this one, and you've got some chrome lug nuts there in the center. As I spin that wheel, you can also see the caliper back here, so that's super dope. Let's take a look at the front one. It's going to get the same thing on there. Boom, caliper back there behind, chrome lip, super nice. You've got your venting up here on the front bumper. Take a look at the front here. Your lensed headlights. This is by far probably the nicest example of headlights out of the other ones that I have back here. You do have like a black housing headlight with your high beam, your low beam. Do have some turn signals down here. You got your JDM license plate with the 400 for the 400R. Super dope. This is called the 400R because it had 400 horsepower. So this was originally, man, I don't want to lie. I want to say these were RB25s, but the motors were bored and stroked, I believed, to a 2.8, which was able to give it 400 horsepower. Really dope car. Again, only 44 of these made in real life, the real car. Only 40 of them were registered. So that leads me to believe that Nismo probably kept 2 and Nissan probably has 2. But there are 44 as far as the VIN number goes. Let's take a look at the rear here. You've got your rear lensed tails. I can't tell. I think that, yeah, so this is the blinker down here, this light underneath. I think this is lensed as well. I can't really tell. Let's get a closer look there. Yeah, it looks like that blinker is lensed, so that's sick. 400R badging there. That's dope. Your 400R license plate again. This exhaust leaves a little to be desired. I feel like for a Tomica, and as nice as they are with their models, they could have hollowed this out, or maybe at least painted it black so that it looked like it was empty. But all in all, not going to be too upset with that. Do have a nice treaded tire there, so that's cool. Tomicas are also going to roll. Limited vintage Neos do roll, so that's sweet. Super excited about that. Do have rigid mirrors. These are not flimsy like you would get on a Mini GT. Let's see, got that rear spoiler. Is there a slit in that rear spoiler? Let's take a closer look. So this would actually be, in real life, it's going to be split for downforce. I can't really tell. So that's underneath the spoiler. So it doesn't look like it's actually split, but that's all right. You know, you're talking about splitting hairs at that point. Still really good detail. Did notice that little decal on the back window there. What does that say? Can't really make that out, but there is some sort of decal there. Let's take a look at the inside, see if we have any good details inside. Yeah, so the shifter you can see in there. Doesn't look like there's a shift knob on it. Steering wheel has good detail. I don't see any detail on the gauge cluster or anything like that, but the dashboard, or at least the center console there, you can see like where the radio and stuff would be. It looks like an e-brake down in there. Let's see if I can point that out. So e-brake would be right there. Shifter is here. Doesn't have a shift knob on it, like I said, but let's take a look at the seats from the front. So it looks like you could barely see it. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but there is Nismo printed on the headrest of these seats. So that's super sick. There's a better shot of it right there. You can see that Nismo. Super dope. All in all, I'm very happy to add this piece to the collection. This is probably my favorite of the ones that I have so far. Again, super good roller. No worries with Tomicas and rolling. This one will roll all by itself all day long. No issues there. So let's go ahead and throw this guy. Actually, we'll keep it out. Let's bring out our other examples. So we have the Midnight Purple from Inno64. This one is a fairly recent release. This one's super nice too. You don't have this as much detail on these wheels. You do get a center cap. You have some lug nuts there, but they're not chrome. And the lip on this one is also not chrome. I don't know if that's a true variation of this wheel, that some of them came with a chrome lip and some didn't. But you do have a caliper back there on this wheel as well. So that's cool. And same thing on the front with this one. You do have a caliper back there. So let's see as we spin that wheel. This one does not want to roll as nice as the Tomica does, and that's all right. It wants to. I don't really want to force it, but yeah, I can get it to make a full 360. It gets tight halfway around. Same good detail on the venting up here on the front side of the front bumper. Got your front lip there. I guess these headlights are pretty much just as nice as the Tomica, so that's super nice. Black housing headlights, lensed. You do have your Nismo badge there, so that's super dope. I did not see that on the Tomica. We'll have to take another look and see if that is there. You get a Nismo 400R license plate on this one with the 400R badge in the grill there. I also did not notice that on the Tomica, so we'll have to take a look at that. You do see quite a bit of flake in this paint, and then you do have the over fenders again blocking off the 400R stripe. Your 400R here cut through the gas tank and all of that. So yeah, this is a great example. Let's take a look at the rears. This one is going to have a carbon fiber rear spoiler, so that's pretty dope. Third brake light there, Nissan badging, 400R badging, lens tails. You also have your lensed, is that lensed? It is. This is a lensed blinker on this one as well. And look here, Inno took the time to paint the inside of that muffler or that exhaust tip like I was asking on the Tomica, so that's super cool. Yeah, overall, very nice model. The only gripe I have with the Inno Midnight Purple is, to my knowledge, the Midnight Purple in the 400R was not the chameleon style like you're seeing here. So see how you're getting some of that bronze tone up on the top, and then when you hold it from the side, you're getting the switch from the blue to the purple. To my knowledge, the 400R Midnight Purple was closer or more so like this guy here. So you did have some flake in it, but it didn't have that that color shift to it. So other than that, I mean, that Inno is a great model. They just chose to go with the color from the Midnight Purple from the R34 instead of using the actual R33 400R Midnight Purple. This example here is going to be a Kyosho. Let's show the bottom there. So Nismo 400R Kyosho. Wheels treaded. This one does roll as well. I don't think this one's going to roll. It doesn't really roll as nice as the Tomica does, but you do get a full rotation of the wheel. Kind of lopsided depending on like the tire. You can see there a little bit back and forth, but all in all, this is a great model as well. Let's take a closer look here. You do have lens tails. So lens tail lights there. Now this one just has a painted blinker. This is not a lensed blinker, so a little bit less there. You do have Nismo decal on the rear spoiler, so that's sick. Third brake light on this one. Nissan logo, 400R. No license plate on the Kyosho. And the Kyosho also, there is an indentation, as you can see the pointer going into it. However, I think they could have painted that black just to show a little bit more detail, but all in all, not terrible. Let's take a look at the side. On the side here, you do have your Nismo badging there. 400R stripe. Again, that front over fender does cut off that stripe, so that is correct. Through the door, let's see if it's cut through the gas tank and all of that on this side. This one probably has the worst example of wheels out of the models that I have. You're just going to get a plain white LM GT wheel. No detail whatsoever, no center cap, no lug nuts, no rivets for the face of the wheel around the outside, and no chrome lip. So that's a little bit disappointing on this one, but all in all, this was not very expensive. This was an actually really affordable model, so I'm not too upset with it. this was the first version of a Nissan 400R that I got. And then, of course, as Inno released these two, I had to pick those up because of the detail. Got your 400R badge here in the front grille. Do have a front mount intercooler. Turn signals down here. These are not lensed. Those are painted. And you do have your front lip. So let's take a look to see if the Inno has a front mount intercooler. So no front mount unless they obviously have it painted black, but no front mount intercooler on the Inno. And you do have that 400R in the grille, amber side marker or amber turn signals there. These are going to be painted also. I do not think those are lensed. Yeah, that's going to be painted as well. And let's take a look back at the Tomica front end. And I did notice this earlier. So behind the 400 license plate, you do have the Nismo printing. And it looks like that's going to be a front mount back behind there. So that's super dope. Let's take a look at the exhaust or the underneaths on these guys. So let's zoom back out and get a good look here. So on the Tomica, you do have good detail as far as the base itself. Like everything is cut out and shown, your transmission, your exhaust. However, on the Inno, you're actually getting a painted exhaust that runs all the way back straight to the muffler. So obviously, I think on this base-wise, I think the Inno gets the nod there. The rest of the car, though, I would give the nod to the Tomica. Both of these are great examples. Let's take a look at that hood vent on both of these. See if that's... So, yeah, can't really tell if that vent is open. It's not. It's just painted. And same with this one, painted. So, all in all, size-wise, all three of these are spot on. They are all, let's see, zoom that out. So they are all equal in size and length. And then our last example here is going to be the Yellow 400R. I believe this was a Malaysia special edition, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me down there in the comments if that's wrong. Pretty sure I picked this one up from Auto Cars Houston as well. So this one, and it's kind of weird because they're both, Inno, and this one is also an Inno64, but you have two completely different wheels here. So wheel-wise, I think the Midnight Purple gets the nod for the wheels, but yeah, this Yellow 400R is sick. The other nod I would give on the Inno64 over the Tomica is that rear spoiler. This one is painted, whereas the Tomica or the Innos are going to be carbon fiber. So let's show that one there, carbon fiber, and we had the carbon fiber, of course, on the Midnight Purple, so that's super dope. I also think the Kyosho had a carbon fiber. Nope, looks like just regular, just like a flat or a matte black. Take a look at the yellow real quick. Pretty much the same thing as we saw on the others. You do have your Nismo badging here, which the Tomica did not. So that's a nod for the Innos on detail. The wheels on this one are not as nice in my opinion. This is more, the spokes are just kind of off. They're not fat like the rest of them. You do have the painted center cap. You do have your Nismo decal, polished lip, and some rivets around the outside that hold the face of the wheel on. But all in all, I don't know. I don't like the wheels on this one. Not my favorite. Get a carbon fiber rear license plate on this. 400R badging. Nissan do have the painted interior of the exhaust here. You've got lensed rear tails, and it looks like this one is painted. So this is not going to be lensed. This is painted. Brake light, Nismo decal. Take a look at the side here. You do have your 400R Nismo decal with the carbon fiber on the side of the wing. Nismo decal down the side is cut, or the 400R decal is cut by the gas tank through the door handle, and again the over fender is covering that. So again, that's very accurate. Venting here on the side, just like all the others. And let's take a look at that front. You do get the Nismo front mount, or painted at least Nismo wording on the yellow. The Midnight Purple did not have that. This one is not a black housing, but it is a lens tail light, but you can tell they just painted black sections over the clear lens, which isn't terrible. It still looks really good. 400R badge in the grill there, Nismo carbon fiber front plate, and painted turn signals again. So all in all, let's take a look. This one does have the 400R in the grill, so that's nice. This one is probably the one that you can make out the easiest of what it is, so that's super, super dope. Yeah. All in all, man, great examples of these models. Super happy to add the Tomica to the collection. I will eventually get one of each color. The 2 midnight purples, again, once this one dropped, I had to grab it. Even though the color wasn't correct, I still really like that model. But this is going to be the more accurate color of the midnight purple for the 400R. So, you know, it is what it is. But all in all, super dope. I'm super happy with the purchase. Guys, let me know down in the comments which one's your favorite. Do you have any of these already? Are you planning on picking any of them up? Again, James at Model Cars Houston is sold out of the silver, but take a look on his site. You might see some other stuff in there that you like, but if you're seeking that one out, it's definitely worth the buy. Just kind of depends on where you get it from and what price point you're going to find it at. So one more close up there. Wow, super nice, man. I couldn't be more happy. Yeah, just super happy. So hope you guys enjoyed that vid. Man, what else can you say? Can never go wrong with the Nismo 400R. So thanks again, man, for tuning in. We'll have another one for you coming up. We're just going to keep cranking them out with as we get some stuff in. Got some diorama figures coming, so maybe we'll do a video on those, show those off, set up a little diorama with that, have some fun with that kind of stuff. But if you have any questions on anything, by all means, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll be back next time with another banger. That seems to be all we're putting out nowadays, or at least the beginning of the channel. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we will see you guys on the next one. One love.